All right, guys, welcome. Hope everybody's good. You better be good, because if not, you're about to be. Yes, prepare for some great AoE too. We've got round 3 of Titans League Bronze. Thank you so much, everybody, for the support and love, especially those on Twitch. Welcome, welcome. Just kind of waking up a bit. We've got Sora Kuma, who is the 1 seed in his group, the favorite to make it into golds. Sora Kuma, 2600 elo, has been much higher than that, 27 and 2800 elo. And actually, the reason Sora Kuma is probably not higher elo is just because he's been playing so many practice sets to make it into golds. Sora Kuma greatly improved. Just has some really good performances recently in other events. And I think is ranked in the top 20 of overall tournament points right now. So, I mean, feels like if gold is 25 to 48 in the world, it feels like Sora Kuma could make it there. He's playing as the Gujaras. We have m0re here. Now, m0re, probably a player you don't know quite as much about, but m0re is a really aggressive, really solid open style player. Is a bit on the younger side, maybe early 20s. Is a player from Spain. Also should be pretty prepped. I'm not sure. Some people would have looked at the bracket, saw Sora Kuma, and lost a little bit of hope and belief. Not sure what his confidence is like and what his prep is like, but he's a very aggressive player. So sometimes you just have someone be completely like smothered because they're the underdog and they play defensive. No. m0re is going to be really aggressive for us, most likely, so that'll make it fun. Funny little story about m0re. Just like a tiny little thing, okay? First off, I met him in person at the LAN event in Spain for Red Bull, and he immediately talked shit. Immediately. I don't remember exactly what he said, but he was just like, I'll see you when you get home, and I'll beat you on the ladder, right? I know chat's going to appreciate that. But then, I appreciated his self-awareness in another situation where I posted an update. It was about 2 paragraphs on how we were doing the ladder and seeding situation, okay? So I post the ladder, I post the situation, all the information's there. And because m0re had personally asked me some questions, we've got a doc? Whoa, okay. Because he had personally asked me some questions, I, out of the kindness of my heart, went back to him and like 8 other people said, hey, check the TTL update, okay? It has information on what you asked me. He immediately comes back and asks me a question, which is clarified in the update I told him to read. And I say, read the message first before you ask, right? And he had the self-awareness. He goes, oh, so sorry, Gen Z attention span. Again, not really that big a deal. I mean, it's just some of the crap I've got to deal with. But I respected the fact that he was just like, oh, sorry, crap attention span. Couldn't even read 2 paragraphs. So anyways, that's really all I've got for you on this guy. I appreciated the honesty, and I knew you guys would think that's funny. So, not the first time we've seen this dock approach on Kilimanjaro. m0re plays a decent amount of Black Forest these days, and so he's accustomed to the potential of getting away with a fish boom greed. Every other time that I've seen this, it has been punished horribly, and it has not paid off. I think we've seen it 3 other attempts so far this season, and it has not looked great. But it does fall into that category of high risk, high reward, potentially. Sora Kuma is going to play standard here. And Sora Kuma has a lightning fast uptime here. Sora Kuma doesn't have a barracks yet. Oh, no, he's at 60%, so he can still build it. Sora Kuma might be wondering what's going on back there. And, oh, Sora Kuma's coming forward. Interesting. And m0re sees this. What's going to hurt m0re, though, is that his feudal age time is so slow compared to Sora Kuma. If Sora Kuma can get anywhere near that scout, Sora Kuma can melt that. So, and m0re wants to put a stop to this forward game number 1. He's bringing his villagers out right now, which Sora Kuma will see. Sora Kuma gets a really important house down, though. And Sora Kuma is like, you want a Vil fight? All right, go ahead. Come at me. I'm just going to get some quick walls down. I mean, as long as the barracks completes, it's probably somewhat okay here. He can kill the scout with the camel scout. Surprised he isn't engaging there. Okay, m0re's going to make it messy. I mean, it's not actually the worst thing to come out here and try and put a stop to this. You have the better economy behind this in theory, so there's positives maybe. Both players might lose a vill. The scout's gone down, and m0re doesn't actually kill that villager at all. So he's going to try and run and chase that villager down, but this is so far some nice damage for Sora Kuma. And Sora Kuma is just adding some spears with this camel scout so far. But now we have the archer range, and you just wonder, like, was this the play? To run out here? I don't think he expected his opponent to be feudal age so fast. But already only 3 losses for m0re. Moves out to the berries now. Again, with this fishing ship thing, it's like you need to add fish traps eventually. That's 100 wood. That takes a long time to pay out. You are going to need resources otherwise. And not the start m0re would have wanted, man. Not the start he would have wanted. Another villager down. This villager hopefully doesn't run into a wolf or a tiger or something. Probably shouldn't because they walked this path, so they should be all cleared out. But both players are going to be making some skirms now. And just a really nice start from Sora Kuma. You could argue it's actually made it better for him that m0re rushed out with the vills here. But sometimes with these forwards, you want to put a stop to it before it begins. Because it can be really uncomfortable to deal with. And, well, I mean, it continues to be uncomfortable here. But maybe it's manageable. It's just skirm v skirm and a couple villagers versus the skirms. It's not pretty Age of Empires. This is something that's really difficult to deal with, though. You can't just add scouts or man-at-arms right now. It's too costly. And then if you were to try, of course, the spearmen are right on your face. So it actually just turns into a situation where the only thing you can do right now is actually just make skirms. And so the skirm HP is really valuable, and m0re's skirms being weak is kind of a big deal right now. He did weaken one of these, though. So, just a lot happening right now. Should remind you that the way get free villagers from the Rico upgrade. So, if m0re has a relatively chill situation here, it shouldn't be too bad. And he is ahead in res collected, though he won't know that. The other thing about the forward that is kind of underrated is you build all these buildings on the front, and very often we see situations where just having this hill means you win this game, even if you fall behind in vills. So this kind of cements some control in the hill. And there is a stable right now. Nice micro over the last couple minutes here for m0re, though. He was like 0-4 in KD, and now it's 5-5. Will he see the stable, though? Yeah, now he sees the stable, and now he's like, oh, shoot. Okay, well, now I could add scouts. That's not something he wants to deal with. Sora Kuma's stable should complete. Villagers can run away. Sora Kuma's done a really good job at that. And now it can be scouts and skirms. And now you're going to need some spears as well if you're m0re. The micro is going to have to be perfect. This is ambitious. I feel like he's gone too far again. But he's committed. So he's gonna try and stay out here. Sora Kuma saves more villagers. Look how weak these vills are going home. Crazy. Still hasn't lost one. He's killed 4. I think this guy could probably die, though. I mean, walling in the stable is a good idea, but I think you need to commit with everything. And the fact that he's not committing with everything makes this a problem. There is a spear there. Sora Kuma needs to micro away now. And TC idle time is starting to mass up here because this is getting crazy. Again, those skirms need to be saved to take out any spears. And Sora Kuma's archer range is out of position right now. So actually, he's going to struggle here. And m0re's kind of okay. m0re might be able to wall it in. It's tough. The spears are walking into skirms. More scouts are going to hop out. But I mean, there's not a lot of scouts now. So I think Sora Kuma might have to give up on this stable here. And now the fish boom maybe could start. I mean, you could tell he finds a moment, goes back, places some fish traps. Look at the economy for Sora Kuma. It's not the prettiest. He's just seeded a bunch of farms. There's a lot of idols here. I could see m0re holding on here. So, nice job. He's also trying to wall in the archer range. That might take a little bit more work. But now he's going to counterattack, and you can't make... You need, like, a defensive archer range or something. So that's another military building Sora Kuma needs. Not what he would have wanted at all. Look at that scout. He's in prison. He's allowed out in 3 years. Oh, man. Scout. Scout doesn't have any support here with the skirmishers. And m0re now has to decide, does he want to run in? Like, past all this, you know, your opponent knows you're going to have something. You kind of assume that he's going to be ready for you in some capacity. But you have to confirm it. You have to move forward. Funny thing is I don't think you can free this scout, even if you take down the wall. Because he's, like, stuck in the stable. You'd have to delete the stable to get him. I actually really like m0re's spot right now, guys. He's got a lot of army. He's got the potential to make more army. If he's confident enough to just stay aggressive here, it's good. His eco balance is really good. He's not under any pressure right now. I'd like to see some walling for the long term. This is not a bad spot to be in at all. And actually, yeah, I mean, all the golds are on the front here. I was looking for this gold for Sora Kuma. That's not a pretty situation for him. And he will make a couple of skirms. He does have that scout. The spearman for m0re is just kind of guarding the stable. This looks hilarious. I mean, it kind of makes sense based on how the game played out, but you just don't see this all the time. And maybe Castle Age time will be similar here, but when you try and make it messy, sometimes it backfires a little bit, because m0re wanted that mess. He wanted it to be crazy here, it seems. At least he was really comfortable with that, and he's on the way up. Like I said, like, m0re isn't the favorite, but he's the type of player who can do very well. At this point, m0re will at least be in silver, and same for Sora Kuma, either player that loses. But, you know, as I'm saying these positive things here, he is starting to lose some precious map control. He is starting to lose some units. He lost his spearman somewhere. He loses those 2 skirms. Now he could lose these skirms. All these skirms should die. He's basically going to have no army. And Sora Kuma is going to be on the way up. A nice value there from Sora Kuma. This scout here has 5 kills. And still gets to stay alive to scout the other areas of the map. Vids and chat says T90 isn't Bengali villager bonus an inferior version of the Way one in most cases? Not at all, man. I mean, Bengalis is free. Way you have to pay for all your vills, essentially, right? Yes, in some cases, it's technologies you're going to be getting anyways, but Bengalis get 2 new vills from every TC for free, just by getting to the next stage. So, if anything, I think you could make arguments, maybe the Bengali bonus is a little bit better. Obviously, the Way can get more than 2 villagers per age because of access to more techs. So, I think it's Bengalis have the more awkward tech tree, but the better eco bonus. And then Way have better military options, at least for a map like this. But yeah, I wouldn't say it's inferior. I'd say it's better. Let's hope that the pathing doesn't screw up Sora Kuma here, because he's trying to... Again, I don't know if he can free that scout, but now he should be able to send units out of that tile. Camels to be very nice here, because we're starting to see some cav from m0re. But, yeah, okay, so now 3 years is up. He's able to... I gotta stop making jokes on this, man. It's the only way I know how to deal with this freaking situation. But yeah, now he's able to come out of the stable. 2 TCs for Sora Kuma. Woods lines are looking pretty brutal for both. m0re's going to come to the hill now for that wood line. And we see Jean Bay as the option, but no blacksmith upgrades for m0re is kind of crazy. They're both really light on blacksmith upgrades. m0re wants to re-wall this again? No way, dude. That's not happening. I mean, I know you are the Way, but this is not the Way, okay? You're... Against camels? Gurjar camels? It's ambitious, to say the least. I respect it. But that villager's been sent back home. m0re with a quick wall to try and trap the units in there. Doesn't get it. And again, blacksmith upgrades are really, really low for both players. They're both just going to be on fletching. And it will be elite skirm for Sora Kuma, but I mean, he just has that 1 archer range at home that he can realistically use. Very messy. Very, very messy stuff. This is an interesting game. But again, Sora Kuma has the hill. Sora Kuma has vision on the hill. Sora Kuma will see almost every movement that m0re ever makes here because of Town Watch and because of these buildings. And that is a really important factor here. And Elite Skirm is such a nice addition to this. And the Jean Bays are going to need some meat shield in front. And then the Gurjara Camels are the perfect meat shield there because you do additional bonus damage. Again, I think that scout is just stuck in there forever. So now, anytime m0re goes forward, it feels like he's going to be spotted because his opponent has access to the middle. It's not quite that clear, though. I mean, there's still not vision for Sora Kuma on the right side. You can tell he's a little paranoid right now and walling this. He's brought his army over because he's thinking that m0re might be going that direction. The poor trapped scout will die. And now Sora Kuma obviously knows the army is here and brings his skirms over. And m0re's doing the right thing here. Trying to take this hill with some siege is a really smart move. That monk will still get a conversion, I think. Oh, he switched? No, he got the conversion, sorry. He does get the conversion. But, I mean, what else does he really have here? He loses his other cav pretty quickly. Now the villager's exposed. If Sora Kuma can move forward, he can deny the siege workshop. We see this so much, guys. It's just like getting a siege workshop up on this hill is so critical. And the skirm count and the camel count from Sora Kuma is just enough right now. Everything else is pretty close, though. And the fights could still go either way, just depending on micro and conversions and such. Micro from m0re is pretty good. There's not enough skirms to one-shot a monk, so one conversion could happen. These units are still weak. And nice job from m0re. He comes out and builds the siege workshop. If he can spend his resources right now, if he can make a few more cav units, if he can make a mangonel, like, I think he can hold the top of the hill. And I also think it'll be interesting because Sora Kuma might also come to this area of the hill. And this might be the first Kilimanjaro game we've seen in a while where both players are on the top. Most of the Kilimanjaro games have been whoever gains the top, holds it, and then, you know, has benefited from it. But against Sora Kuma is like, the thing about him is he is a bit slower. Like, yes, he's the favorite. Yes, his strategy and his preparation has him doing really well compared to most other players in the bronze bracket right now. But he isn't quite as quick. And m0re's got some speed. If m0re can show some patience, or actually, screw patience. If he can just send it, if he can just go crazy at a certain point, could be really strong. TC completes. Mangonel is out. I don't think m0re wanted that. That Mangonel will be sniped now. That is an example of where he needed some patience. That could have stayed in the siege workshop, maybe. Doesn't do a ton of damage there. Does have an army on the right of the Jean Bays. Sora Kuma has not seen that army in a bit. Remember before he didn't see the army and he walled this. So he still hasn't seen it. He's getting ballistics for his skirms. He has to back away. He's losing some skirms here. He's going for the monks, but he'll lose most of his skirms to do that. And now the Jean Bays are here. Army count for Sora Kuma is a problem. If Sora Kuma doesn't garrison, m0re's going to run in. Hello? I mean, they're both looking here right now. They're both looking here. Sora Kuma garrisons. m0re didn't know where he was standing. He didn't know there was a TC there at all. He loses a lot of his army. He doesn't kill a lot. And this fight, it looks like it was fairly even. Yeah, what a close game. It's 77 pop versus 79. And I think Sora Kuma is struggling to find the confidence that he can actually move to the middle right now. There's enough army right now. He's not sure if he can do it. A gate from m0re, and he can trap this again. And he will actually have a trap on the camels being produced there. And that camel tries to eject, and now he will die. This is looking good for the Spaniard. This is looking good. This is looking doable. Again, so much food. Like, if he can spend his resources a little bit faster here, combined with everything else, this could be really nice. Never went above 2 fishing ships. There's only really ever been on 1 TC here. But what a town center this is. If he can hold the map control. He's lost some siege again, which is just a consistent theme. Maybe he needs to keep a closer eye on that. And Sora Kuma is heavy on stone. He's adding stables. I think he's going to go more camels, more skirms, and he wants a castle. Maybe even on this TC. But a really fun first game, guys. And also, welcome in, everybody. Thank you for making it here. I think there's a case here. If you're building up for full army and a forward castle, and the numbers are kind of off right now, I think there's actually a case to idle your TCs for a minute and just flood camels. Like, just for a minute, just idle so you can get a couple extra units, and then you can drop the castle there. I mean, obviously, idling your TC is never a great thing, but this is also not a good thing for m0re. I think he just completely forgot about this. Oh, man. Oh, dude, that's brutal. Just completely forgot about that army. Just a long line of dead bodies that those units could have gone home. Now he only has 9 units in the middle. Another unit goes down. Here come the camels. That's not enough firepower to deal with this many camels, guys. It's just not. He does have a couple monks. He does have some cav in there. Now, the cav actually rush in. Monks will get conversions. This is where the villagers could come if you won the fight convincingly. m0re is on the way to the Imperial Age. And there's the castle. That is a crazy good castle. And I want you to look at how much is on food right now. We got 14 on food for m0re. We've got 33 on food for Sora Kuma. And obviously he's spending it. So it's like imp into what army right now for m0re? Jean Bays, I guess. Jean Bays that he's struggling to keep the mass of. Jean Bays that are going to have to fight to defend this area. The camels are here. The skirms are here again. The Jean Bays are just... They don't have enough support right now. And then it's also like, what support do you make? Gurjaras are pretty good at spamming these camels. So awkward for m0re. So much idle time. And his TC is now under fire and likely to go down. Normally, I'd say that you can make traction trebs with the faster imp. Traction trebs are a good call, but you have to make it from the siege workshop, right? And so you kind of need to protect this area. Eco is not really there for m0re right now, but he is going to have enough stone for a castle. He could get Bracer at least for Jean Bays. I'm just concerned he doesn't have a lot of numbers here. Is it enough? Good thing is camels and skirms don't kill vills very quickly. So with the castle going up, he's probably going to complete the castle. He's microing his monk. Vills will obviously be attacked here. Sora Kuma still hasn't clicked to imp. So once the castle's up, Sora Kuma could have some issues keeping his army alive. Still no ballistics for m0re. Does hurt here. And, alright, castle's up. Skirm's got some crazy good value, though. Sora Kuma should realize, based on the score, he's got a very big eco lead. But he's losing all of his army, and now he's on the way to imp. And now the traction treb's on the way. Okay, so what units do you focus on now if you're Sora Kuma? We see another castle. Just looking at this farming eco, there's a significant difference, right? He's adding more and more. I think you can kind of let this castle go down. It honestly feels like a really good... If Shravamshas are actually a good unit against ranged units, which I think is somewhat debatable, this would be a perfect time for that unit, right? I mean, I guess a couple skirms aren't going to hurt. I'm not a big believer. I personally feel like Shravamshas are... They're either insanely strong or they're incredibly squishy and weak. And I think Elite can be really good. I don't like the Castle Age version. So maybe he's just going to go camels instead. But yeah, like technically Shravamshas should be good. We do have the Shatras unique tech now. And with that tech, all the food cost on any food unit is, what, 25% off? Yeah, 25% off. That's an expensive tech, but that pays for itself pretty quickly here. Sora Kuma still does not have even Castle Age armor on these camels, though. And the traction trebs are already out pushing this castle down. m0re is sending it now with another castle. m0re is really doing the right things here to make Sora Kuma take fights before he's ready, guys. Sora Kuma's under pressure. Still 40 seconds away from imp. He will get the armor upgrades. He is pushing back these units, but look how fast his camels are going down. The castle for m0re is still going to go up. This is a lot of pressure for Sora Kuma, and ballistics is on the way for m0re. One castle's down. The traction trebs are out to pressure this castle. Camels cannot fight arrow fire well, but also underneath castles, especially underneath castles. Does m0re have any, or does Sora Kuma have any vision on this? He can see the gold, he can see the stone, so he could leave the hill. He just now makes it to imp. This is what I've been saying about traction trebs. They are actually OP, guys. People think they're crap. You can make them right away. You outrange bombard cannons. You outrange monks. It's a really good unit. People just need to learn. And m0re's got it. Constant micro. I mean, he's not really ecoing at all. He's got 10 on food, but he doesn't necessarily need food. That's a nice choke point in that wood line as well for those ranged units. Sora Kuma is just getting conscription, so he knows this castle is going to fall. There's a lot you need to do now. You need to drop houses because you're going to get housed. I think you need to think about some expansion over here to a stone and a gold because you will run out, but that's hard to think about when you're under this pressure. He's starting to make skirms now. Traction trebs have 14 range, and you don't need to go chemistry to unlock them. So, like, if it was bombard cannons, he would just now be able to make them, but he's already up to 4 of them. And remember, this blue blob is just old buildings from before. I like it from m0re. Just play traction treb and just play Janbei. No need to change at this point. Wait until your eco is much bigger to tweak anything. Honestly, if m0re is patient with his traction trebs, there's nothing his opponent can ever do about it. That's what I think makes this unit insane. You can just sit here and you could just sit in the middle of the map and you can just nuke everything around it. So Sora Kuma is going to have to basically counterattack. They also can't counterattack because the units can run beyond that castle at any moment in time. I think m0re is going to win this game, guys. I think Sora Kuma's hit a wall. I don't know how he engages against this if there's some patience involved. Let's see. My thinking is m0re should always just use the range of his traction trebs. The potential for his army to run in means Sora Kuma has to say, and then those traction trebs can just nuke everything. Elephant archers are way too expensive. Elephant archers are so slow. I think Sora Kuma would need to raid and get some units into m0re's economy. But if he ever leaves, then m0re can move forward. That's the important thing here for m0re now. Is if he doesn't see this army, he has to push. There's Sora Kuma with the TC now. He is getting heavy camel. It's a full armor now. He does have a lot of skirms. He is avoiding a lot of the traction trap shots. Props to him there. I have 1 or 2 units even for Sora Kuma, but he just doesn't know how exposed his opponent is. I wonder if m0re is feeling any nerves right now. He will have known that he wasn't necessarily the favorite here. Love what he's doing with the traction trebs, just being patient. Nice little raid here. There is a TC. Now the traction trebs should back up because Sora Kuma wants to kill them, and you just can't. Yep, if you just camp with them, it's perfect. It's actually textbook. It's not a bombard cannon. It's not a normal trebuchet. You got to use it a bit differently. And they can nuke the skirmishers as well. I think Sora Kuma will take this fight. He figures it's not going to get better for him. He's just going to take the fight with the Gajara camels, but the castle fire makes it so difficult. Castle has 5 kills already. And behind this, now the eco's starting to improve for m0re. Now he's starting to add farms, getting to the point where he could make something other than just Janbei's. I'd like to see him actually get the Mingguang armor, which actually applies... It gives armor to the Janbei's as well. Not a lot of people know about the Hussars, but m0re reclaimed the hill. m0re is using that hill to take down this TC. He's bringing all his units now. There's 50 Janbei riders against camels and against skirms, but I just don't know if that is enough, even with Gurjaras. There's just so much damage output from m0re's comp right now. Feels impossible to engage into. Again, he's been so patient with it. He's happy to fall back. He knows how important the hill is. Sora Kuma will run this way, drop a castle, take that gold. But he's got a unit problem, man. I don't know what you make against this. Well, again, you could try Shravamsha, but it might be a little too late to get Elite Shravamsha. I think the raids needed to happen. Raids would be the key for him, but he just never had vision and awareness that his opponent has been exposed on the sides this entire time. And he can't leave. All his new army is needed to be here. m0re looking to the sides now. We'll find this. I think he saw the villagers run. So he's looking like, where did those villagers go? Obviously, the castle will still go up. That's a nice find. On the left side, we have a castle from m0re, though. This one might not go up for him. The Sora Kuma will have a couple hussars nearby. But it looks like m0re is just going to shift his traction trebs over to this castle now. This is a little ambitious. This is a little ambitious. I would have actually preferred a castle over here. Like kind of blocking the entry into your base. But he's about to get relic number 4, guys. What a start for the underdog. This is sick. This is what bronze is all about. Let's go. This is so good, man. Traction trebs are relatively unprotected, but there's no easy way for Sora Kuma to get over there. And this castle did go up. Sorry, looked away from that. Forgot for a second. Sora Kuma's not dead yet. He does have some golds available on the left. He does have some stone. Still can't engage into this death ball, but maybe some raids could be good. If he just moves to the left a little bit here, he'll find those vills. Did he see them? I'm not sure. He's really distracted right now. He's going to lose this castle, head to the stone to hold. He's built this castle now. It's a shame for Sora Kuma. He didn't get anything over here. I'm sure he's just not looking there at this second. This castle really blocks him off from the side. His food eco isn't what it was before. Panic TC for m0re because he knows the raids could happen. And m0re takes down the castle and he takes down a lonely treb. Remember, m0re, 4 relics. It's also mixed in some Tiger Cav here. Tiger Cav are good against skirms. Not so good against camels, but there's not many camels out now. And the Jean base will go home. What a sick job from m0re. I think it might be over. Sora Kuma's losing vills over here. He's losing vills everywhere. These vills might also be found. Maybe not, though. Just not enough pierce armor on the camels. And just so many Jean bays. They're so freaking cheap. And, of course, the way economy is good as well. m0re needs to be careful here. He's multitasking, so he's looking elsewhere. He's losing a lot underneath this castle. Maybe he was looking over here. Didn't find those villagers. But there was no golds for Sora Kuma. Actually, that's not true. Sora Kuma did take down that castle. We'll send the skirms to this side. There it is. There's Mingguang armor for m0re. So that'll be an additional 4 melee armor. Or is it 4 or 6? Okay, 4 melee armor. That helps big time against the hussars. And the camels, of course. And then, like, your Tiger Cav are... I mean, Tiger Cav, even unupgraded to Elite, still have 135 base HP. So that's a really good unit now. Ooh, but m0re lost all of his units over here. Oof. Sora Kuma's going to sneak back here and maybe get a chance at taking that gold. What in the world? It would be a crazy comeback if Sora Kuma could do this, but his farming eco is about to get raided by the Tiger Cav and the Jean bays. He reacts to it, but the damage is going to be done. Tiger Cav are now diving for the trebuchets here, and the hussars are going for the traction treb. Crazy quick walling here from Sora Kuma to keep his treb safe. Meanwhile, big raids on the left side. Meanwhile, hussars getting into m0re's economy. Is there a chance? m0re luckily farmed around his castle at the top and not too much in his base. Both players getting raided now. I mean, in these moments, Sora Kuma having 30 extra vills and having Shatras where his units are cheaper is a pretty big deal. It's just kind of wild that he's not getting any raids on farms because all the farms are in the middle. It's a great call for m0re to do that, by the way, because that's where his castles are. But he doesn't have castles everywhere. Is Sora Kuma bringing this back right now? This gold is being taken by him. His camels come over to deal with this. He's got a population lead, guys. He's held. Despite all the pressure, despite losing so many castles. I wonder if it makes sense for m0re. And it might be a little bit too late, but like maybe trying like the pikeman upgrade could be good. Going Halb. It feels like going Tiger Cav and Jean bays means once the gold runs dry, he could have some issues here. Sora Kuma can make skirms and hussars for days. And yeah, I mean, you have 4 relics, but is that enough gold to justify only gold units? Wouldn't even mind your own Hussar here. You're starting to see Sora Kuma's just got more in the tank to spend resources on. And he'll dive here for the traction trebs. Still, these traction trebs have done a lot of damage, but there's not enough protection now. Oh my goodness, Sora Kuma, how did he not die yet? I mean, he takes 3 of the traction trebs. That gives him a lot more time. By the way, m0re, if you're going to go Tiger Cav, at least go for Elite. At least, like, max out. I don't know exactly how much that costs. It must be close to the resources he has. Yeah, there it is. But I am kind of concerned that he could be he's very raidable on the sides. He has 3 castles. They're all along the middle. And the biggest thing for m0re and Imp that has been a problem is he didn't have an outpost here. He assumes he killed everything here, but missing this has been crazy. Sora Kuma is taking all that gold. And now, the Hussar raids are going to begin. And if you chase these Hussars with everything you've got, Sora Kuma is going to completely undo you with the rest. Yeah, a couple Hussars get the opportunity to snipe the traction treb there. The Tiger Cav and the Jean Bays are chasing the Hussars back here. It looks like he was trying to send villagers to take this gold. He thinks that gold's available. The castle's already killed it. And now Trebs from Sora Kuma are moving towards the middle, guys. This is a crazy job from Sora Kuma. Look at the eco he has. He's up to 71 on food. Or 71 farms at least. But like, this farming eco was not here moments ago. And those Hussars still have not been found. Those still have not been dealt with. They just looped around. But m0re knows he needs to come to the hill now. Come to the hill, but if there's one unit that can deal with Tiger Cav, it would be Camel. They don't have Frontier Guards. Those Camels should be able to deal with the threat of the Tiger Cav. They have the additional bonus damage. There's Skirms behind. The Skirms are dealing with the Jean Bays. The Trebs are still here. There's Hussar raids on the right side from Sora Kuma. I cannot believe that he has been able to stabilize with everything that was happening here. He lost so much ground. Still not over. m0re is 4 relics. m0re's Tiger Cav. Snipe one of the Trebs. He's out of stone, so he can't really repair much more. But also, Sora Kuma is out of camels. I think if you don't have camels here, you just have an inferior army. Oh, the raids on the right side were crazy, though. 20 villager kills from this group of Hussars. Left side is still available for raids for both. Neither player noticing, but the castle fell in the middle. Damn. I mean, if Sora Kuma wins this game, best comeback we've seen so far in this bracket, as far as I'm concerned. This is... And talk about a gut-wrenching situation for poor m0re. Because he played so well as the underdog. You thought you had it. This can really affect your mentals, man. He's losing the traction trebs. He doesn't have enough. He's falling apart. There's going to be blue coming to the left side, I'm sure. Sora Kuma, when he has this big of a lead, will notice. And m0re taps out. What a game. What a game, dude. That was crazy that Sora Kuma was able to turn that around. He just would not die. And that is perhaps why people seem to think that he is destined for gold, but obviously the series isn't over yet. That was ridiculous. If you're wondering where it went wrong for m0re, I mean, first off, hats off to him, salutes to him, because it was a crazy game. I mean, you kept thinking, okay, well, the forward comes, he's lost 4 vills, he's going to die. I mean, he was just so consistent. He did such a good job with the Jean Bay and with the traction trebs. It was so good. It felt like there was no way Sora Kuma could ever do anything. At this time, Sora Kuma hadn't expanded to the sides and everything. Like, damn. I think he started... So the whole build-up in Imp was like push the opponent in the face with this push and not worry about anything else, right? That was what was working. And then he places this castle. It's like, okay, this is still working. And then this castle on the left. I know it feels like a good castle because you're kind of protecting your opponent on the left. I would have loved to just push and build that castle right here at the heart. Or like right here in the middle. Like, just keep pushing deeper and deeper into the core of the opponent's eco. I mean, it's not even just that, though. I mean, that was still a good castle. It still kind of cut the opponent off. I still don't understand it. I mean, he still has so much army. But he needs to be pushing the castle, I guess. I mean, really what started was Sora Kuma started to use the raids as a distraction. And then m0re has to react. He has to send army back here. And then he sends army back there. And then he's not pushing. But that and like maybe going Hussar, maybe going Halb, like having any trash units instead of committing to all your units being unique units could have worked. But my God, that's still like an amazing game from Sora Kuma. A couple more traction trebs would have been good. Exactly, just keep pushing. But I mean, we're speculating on these tiny details. Reality is he played well enough to win that game. And Sora Kuma, above all else, just kept expanding his food eco. And of course, m0re didn't have a lot of food eco, but still, what a game. That was ridiculous. That at least shows m0re that he can hang with this guy. So I think if he can if he can start like that in the next game, maybe he can work his way out of this one. All right, so game number 2. And let's see what m0re can do here. Catching up to live time. My apologies. I didn't realize they were in the game immediately. Kind of crazy a game like that happens and they don't even take a break. m0re playing as the Georgians and Sora Kuma playing as the Dravidians. This will be on cross. And it's an interesting cross generation because they both have a pond almost immediately to the back. Sometimes you're kind of off center, but this is a very safe pond for both. Neither player should feel as though they're really in jeopardy. Just a lot harder for someone to sneak a villager when the pawns are like this. But it is way easier for both players to access the south and the north with expansion. I like the Georgians. I think they're kind of underrated on this map because the early mule cart means you can do some crazy things. Look, he already has 2 fishing ships out. Damn. So he's on 2 fishing ships already. And then you can go for the very fast land army, which m0re is good at. Overall, the Dravidians are kind of your more standard civ on this map. Playing into man-at-arms and archers and fish especially, but I do like the Georgians. I played a fair amount of this map, and I think Georgians are underrated. Especially for land army players. And actually, for this type of generation. Because this is, your pond is pretty safe back here. If you had another generation, I think you'd be more worried about a sneak vill. Someone saying Sora Kuma's just playing all the Indian civs, lol. Yeah, maybe he'll end up with Bengalis or something next. I have to look at his draft. Thank you, Guardian Angel, for the 2 months. He says, the classic Bezos money. That's right. Angry Jeff said, Chad, thank you for the for stealing the money out of Jeff Bezos' pocket. You have the rare opportunity to screw over a billionaire by dropping the prime. Thank you. Biggie Billy Bobby Bob, thank you for the 86 months, dude. You already know it. That is a long time. I appreciate that. That is, whew, that is a lot of change, a lot of stuff over. Yeah, I gotta shut up. Thank you. Thank you, Insane Power, for the prime. Thank you, Zuzu, for the prime. Thank you, Hermit Crab, for the 15. Yashimon, thanks for the 3 years, man. Welcome to the Green Badge Club. Glad you guys have been enjoying Titans League. So, m0re is... Oh, m0re is going to bring Vills now. But, bro, where are you going? Where are you going, pal? Abort! 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 You know what? There's only one positive to this. Because this is a pretty crappy situation. The positive is, you've got 2 militia here ready to go, and there's another villager that Sora Kuma will never look for. So, you send 2 vills, so they find 2, and then the third one's safe. I mean, you don't do it intentionally, obviously, but... m0re, I said at the start, at least he's going to send it today. Sora Kuma is going to be like, oh, you want to play infantry against me? How? Huh? And, oh, God. He has 4 militia here. m0re only has 3. The feudal age time is the same. So I think m0re just needs to back it up and wall up. Now, will Sora Kuma thoroughly check his pond? Because, again, there's a lot of action on land right now, and this is not your typical setup where you would expect to sneak. If anything, the Dravidians are going to sneak, He already has the fishing ship there. So he's checking that shoreline. Dude, that is so unlucky for m0re. His scout regens, and then he's the one who loses the scout. Realistically, should always back away there, though, and heal up a little bit. But there's obviously a lot happening, and the dock is up. It's a big deal. m0re is holding on land. His fish are fine. He actually built some houses along the shoreline so he could spot a potential dock. Go add the archer range. There is an archer range for Sora Kuma a little bit faster, but if Sora Kuma loses the fish, no bueno, and he's going to lose his fish. He did not check this shoreline. He's never expecting it from Georgians. He thinks he's got a free pond, and he's got this clean game where he can just play into archers, but that is not the case, my friend. Another game where Sora Kuma will be vulnerable. This is bad. This is losing your pond bad. The first fire galley's out, and the second one's already on the way. Sora Kuma will have to transition fast. Also needs to do some damage on land. m0re's micro, really good here. Really, really good here. Also scouts down there. There's more men-at-arms for Sora Kuma, so... But Sora Kuma just got hit on water. He's losing this archer because he's reacting on water. He just realizes. It's crazy how fast this map can snowball on you. And so as he reacts there, I think he can try and compete for what he has, but largely might need to give it up. When there's 2 fire galleys already, it's a problem. You didn't actually see the second one because it wasn't engaging. Also, m0re with the house wall. So m0re, 2 games in a row, trapping Sora Kuma in some capacity. Those men-at-arms will not get taken out. And m0re, if he can transition in towards farms, maybe think about another dock. There's a lot of things to do here. He's going to be in a, maybe, possibly a better position. Should be a better position as long as he's patient here. I don't know why he attacked the dock. What's happening? m0re. I mean, I assume that's a misclick. I mean, dude, if he's just patrolled there on... the only thing he needs to do is not click the dock, and he takes the pond. I think he tried to click the fire galley, and... Oh, my God, that hurts. That hurts. I mean, that is as free a pond as you will see. 2 fire galleys versus 0 for a while, and he only killed 1 fishing ship. Damn. Damn, that is going to hurt for him. He's played so well. He's had such promise. Up here, he killed the scout. His villager took damage, though, and Sora Kuma sees it, so he's going to attack that with his own vill. Sora Kuma is obviously fishing now, so he's loving life. Sora Kuma snipes a villager. Sora Kuma's archers are going to be on the move. m0re is a really good quick waller. I would expect him to attempt that here. And he should be able to get it. He might even try and trap... He might even try and trap Sora Kuma. Sora Kuma doesn't see that. That is funny, though. I wish I could do that. Like, that is totally not worth the time for me. But it's kind of... It's funny, but it's also like, you do this, but this happens. It's just... Oh, man, it's so... I feel for him. I don't know exactly how that happens. My guess is the fire galley was to the north of the dock. He tried to click, and he clicked the dock. Still there, though, like, typically, I just reposition and patrol my units, and they'll always attack the dock and the ships. I don't know, though. m0re saves the villager again. m0re gets the dock up, so there won't be any fishing there. m0re is reacting to the archers here. Game is still very close. We do have some scouts out now from Sora Kuma, though. And this catches m0re off guard right now. I don't think he was expecting this. So he's not able to chase down the rest of the archers. He could lose some skirms. We do have 7 farms for Sora Kuma. We've got about 4 for m0re. And the fishing count is even. So I think food-wise and Castle Age-wise, this should be better for Sora Kuma now. And he finds the spear. He snipes the spear. The skirms are dying to the scouts. Sora Kuma definitely seems like he's got the edge right now. But my goodness, does m0re have potential, man? He's so good. I'm so excited for him. He's going to be in silver, right? Loser here is always in silver. Still could reverse sweep this guy. Who knows? But it just... We've seen it before, right? Favorite has troubles and then weathers the storm. And then ends up getting the wins. And that feels like what's happening right now. There's not a lot of skirms in defense right now for m0re. All the skirms are going down. Archers aren't that important for Sora Kuma. I mean, they are kind of. Because, I mean, you know, you kind of want to go crossbow or infantry with this civ in the next stage. I see he's making man-at-arm. I wonder if he's thinking about longswords. Longswords would actually be perfect play here. You could melt the buildings. Ron says T90 regarding the scout 50-50. T-West says the first generated unit always wins. So if the starting scout, then it's player 1, so not 50-50. Yeah, I think T-West knows a lot. I don't think that's true for the game anymore. It used to be the case back in the day. So maybe he was saying that back in 2018 that there were some tiny little details there. That changed a long time ago, to my knowledge. It also affected laming priority and stuff. Sora Kuma still holding the pond in the north. Should point out that m0re has the pond in the south. Scouts see the market. You see your opponents building a market now, and you're already on the way to Castle Age. You're like, oh man, that's awesome for me. Because usually they build the market to help them get to Castle Age. If this was ladder, if this was ranked, m0re might resign when he sees the Castle Age difference. I mean, and if he doesn't, he might resign once the army gets to his base. This is a significant timing difference. You'd love to see, you want to see the fight here because of the moment. But this is kind of yikes, especially with how open this map is, right? Longsword is here. Crossbow will be in. And we'll see if Sora Kuma can get the villager damage done. If he can't get the villager damage done, I'd be very surprised. Nice panic stonewalls from m0re, but those stonewalls haven't been hit enough. He needs to hit it m0re than that. We just lost 10 subscribers because that joke was awful. I'm so sorry, but I couldn't help it. Gill nets for Sora Kuma. m0re's built a tower on the back. The nice thing is he's got mule carts, so he can shift around. Come on, chat. Don't minus 7k meat. That was good. Longswords and the crossbows are just diving, and I love the decision. You could tell that your opponent's just waiting for knights. You know your opponent isn't ready. And Sora Kuma just camps underneath this tower now. And that's really tough to engage. m0re has 3 stables. He will have to make knights. And he will have to clear this. The villagers will eject from the tower. The tower will be gone. And it's just what could have been, right? Like what should have been with this pond at the very least. I think Castle Age time is probably like even, maybe even better than m0re if he takes those fish. He didn't take he took 1 fishing ship. And it's a shame because he did all the hard work and he just couldn't take that position and use it to win the pond. And GG. Yeah, this is not me picking on m0re here, but I do need to look at this and just see if my theory is correct. Let me look. See, I should be able to tell you what happened. So yeah, he's got 2 fire galleys versus 0. Now, if this was on a better patrol, it immediately would find fish, right? But okay, obviously he ends up realizing. And so I think what happens... Okay, yeah, I'm certain. I'm certain. Watch this. So he'll look here. He'll see this. He will click this fire galley. Now, realistically, guys, you don't want to really click, in my opinion. You just patrol, and then they'll... Or attack move, and they'll encounter the fire galley. Once the fire galley's dead, you take the dock, right? But I think he clicks, and watch this click. I mean, pretty clearly right there, he clicks the dock. And then this also goes to the dock? That's weird, man. That extra movement is really weird. Because he didn't, like, click them at the same time, and they both go to the dock. Is the... I'll say that maybe it was a bug? Like, because if you attack move at all, it should take the fire ship first. It could be that they just prioritize the building. And it's the game, but I'm guessing he just clicked the dock, man. Either way, right? Like, let's say the game completely screwed him and it's a massive conspiracy. World's Edge doesn't want m0re to win. You got to notice that, right? You got to notice that. You gotta just fix that and back up for a second, and then it's fine. But he thought in his mind that this was a one pond, and he didn't need to look here anymore, and he lost everything to one fire galley after having the head start. But he was busy, so that's a painful misclick. 2-0 for Sora Kuma. All right, Romans versus Bulgarians here. Well, we have had kind of an infantry meta taking shape here, and we've seen a lot of militia. So my thinking with m0re is that m0re might want to go man-at-arms. Maybe your more typical approach. But we have seen some craziness with the early barracks in Dark Age. Will that happen here? I'm not too sure. Both players move their scouts out to the middle to push deer. If someone is pushing deer here, most likely they're not going for the insta-barracks approach, because the players who go insta-barracks want to deny that and will usually have their scout patrolling the choke point. So if both players are able to freely push deer, I would lean more towards a more standard game. But it is... The fact that Sora Kuma is taking this straggler tree is definitely making me think that he is planning on going for a barracks early. He's bringing in a lot of food because he's going to need the food banked up for militia, right? 4 early is not necessarily typical. Another boar early. Yeah, I think we'll see an early barracks here. But yeah, all the sets that I cast for this do go to my extras channel. So again, I assumed that person was trolling me, but maybe they don't know. He's saying I watch them, but they're not daily. Dude, we have like 3 uploads a day and they're multiple hours. But listen, I appreciate the fact that you're hungry for content, all right? But yeah, there's a lot of content coming up. No worries there, trust me. We also have the main YouTube channel as well. Sora Kuma will be happy he at least gets the early deer. And okay, I'm wrong. He goes for the lumber camp now. So I don't know. Maybe he thought about it. Could have actually gone for the barracks there. But Romans have the 5% greater efficiency. And for the first time in a minute, we don't see the crazy militia spam. Josh Tree says, loving the TTL content on YouTube. Watch them in the background during work. Thank you, man. I've been really happy with the amount of support on those so far. Obviously, the hope and the dream is that people get really excited about this with me too, and are interested in this caliber of player and watching the scene grow. The reality is, and the numbers don't lie, that you know, when it comes to competitive things, people usually the best numbers, best support, and all that stuff does tend to come with the very best talent, and that'll still be yet to come in the new year. But it's been cool to see. I mean, and also on that topic, I mean, the players and how serious they've been taking it has been extremely motivating for me. We obviously have had an extremely demotivating situation, which made me think, why on earth am I doing this? But everything else helps to cancel that out, so thank you. Also, the doctor donated $25. Says, just want to say thank you for everything you're doing for this game that we all love so much. Thank you, Doc. Doctor, you are reminding me that I haven't been to a doctor in like 10 years. And I really need to. I've got a long list of things to bring up. Well, I haven't been to like I guess I have been to a specialist for one thing. But anyways, thanks for the reminder. I should probably make an appointment on Monday just to get some things checked out. Probably need surgery on my knee. Yeah, just some stuff, you know. Sora Kuma will be on the way up ever so slightly later. m0re already has the barracks. m0re's already making militia. I mean, you're down 2 games. You have no eco bonus with this civ. It's all about finding the pressure here with the Bulgarians. An instant man-at-arm upgrade saves you a bit of time. You cannot wall yourself out of trouble here if you're Sora Kuma. So he's also going to try man-at-arms, but this literally just comes down to the timing and the micro from m0re. And obviously the micro from Sora Kuma if he can defend from it. So let's see. I think m0re needs to be moving his scout forward right now to go find what's up. But he pushed so many deer, he has to come back. He has to get those sheep real quick. It's a minor thing, but I would have actually loved to see him just send a Vil for that. So that way he could be forward with his scout to have the vision, but we'll see. I mean, there's a chance he doesn't know where the opening is, and he wastes his time. So obviously you want to push the deer, but the lack of scouting intel could be a problem. He's going to have 4 men-at-arms here. And I guess he will reach Feudal Age, but he's going the wrong way. And so now you're going the wrong way. You wasted a little bit of time. You're hoping there's an opening here. You are running to the edge of the freaking wood line. Timing is the most important thing for you here. And he's like, well, crap. That is not the opening in the forest. That's kind of funny. But like, Sora Kuma, because m0re is in the wrong position, Sora Kuma doesn't know the army's coming. So sometimes being bad is good, guys. Okay? It's not always bad to be bad. It's good to be bad. Because, I mean, m0re is going to come in such a random angle that, like, Sora Kuma's working with the information he has. None of this is going to make sense. Like, look, he sees 1 man-at-arm. He's like, oh, this guy's going 1 man-at-arm? I could defend from that. Meanwhile, they're going around back here. Oh, m0re, dude, this is just... just need to scout. Need to scout. I don't know. Let's see, though. I mean, these 4 men-at-arms are still over here. Sora Kuma does not know about that. If he sees that at all and reacts to it, he might need to tower there real quick. I'm looking. I don't think he saw it. I think he's microing on the front. m0re, I was not showing you. He didn't see it. He did not see it. So... I mean, let's see if it pans out. Roman infantry is additional armor. Here come the man-at-arms out of nowhere. Like, random 4 man-at-arms out of nowhere. And look at how much damage it's going to do. The mill gets deleted. Sora Kuma has to abandon the wood line. Sora Kuma might need to bring his army home. He's now running into the TC. This is amazing for m0re. This is great. He kills 1 Vil. He's going to kill a 2nd villager now. Oh, that's sick. So... Again, the fact that he was, and I'm saying this because I think m0re would laugh, the fact that he was bad was good. It's so stupid though, because here I thought being bad was bad. Every time I hit my perfect timings with my scouting, my opponent knows what's happening. I'm gonna change my ways, dude. I'm gonna change my ways. I'm gonna be random, and then I'm gonna die. But I mean, the thing that can make you somewhat okay with what has transpired here for Sora Kuma is you have Roman efficiency, so you have 5% greater efficiency, and you have Roman infantry, so you have the additional armor right now. But once m0re gets forging, that should cancel out. m0re's eco, it isn't perfect back here. He's definitely got some idle time. They're both going to have some issues there. But if he can take double berries, it could be pretty good. He's being chased down here. He's being pushed back here a little bit. But we've got full infantry, no archers yet. And we got Vils coming now from m0re. I respect the energy. I respect it. Down 2 games. Send more pressure. Go for the kills. It could end up being kind of rough here if he's running directly into man-at-arms. But I respect the energy. There's Bulgarian man-at-arms talking about their brick lasagna. And the Roman man-at-arms back up and see the Vils now. I mean, if this is for a tower, Sora Kuma can just make his own tower here, too. He's going to wait and be patient here. When you bring the fight to your opponent like this, they have the defender's advantage with production. It takes a long time for m0re to get more units forward here. There's more units for Sora Kuma, but a lot of them are weak. Sora Kuma is being extremely patient under pressure. Crazy patient. He sees that unit. He says, I'll take that. Still has some weak ones there. More men-at-arms for both. Infantry fans rejoice. Villagers are part of the military now for m0re. They just didn't have enough armor for them, and they had no swords. They said, hey, we have some boxing gloves. How's that? They said, that'll do. m0re's gone too far now, and you're kind of... Like, look at Sora Kuma, just wait for the new units. He's playing this really patiently. A lot of people freak out here, they fight, and then they die. But he's just waiting for the new man-at-arms, and he's just chilling. He's like, go ahead, I'm ready for you. And it's working. Now another barracks from m0re on the front. So he wants even more of these man-at-arms. Sora Kuma will see that. Sora Kuma will take this fight. Sora Kuma does have archers being produced now. And he still has these man-at-arms. These guys are trying to catch the new woods, but... You know, if it's double barracks from m0re, this could get crazy really fast. Archers really need to have fletching. Once you get up to like 4 archers with fletching, man-at-arms really struggle. Archers are a key here. I wouldn't even produce from the back barracks. If you had to choose between the forward barracks and the back barracks, you choose the forward one, right? I think he's still producing from both, though. Sora Kuma's gonna farm there? That's how confident he is? Alright, big fight. Honestly, this could be the best time for a fight for m0re. Before fletching comes in, his units are on stand grounds. So that wasn't good. And, well, okay. I mean, I feel bad for the guy. The 3-0 scoreline does not represent how this actually went. But he's going to lose this fight. And he's going to lose his vills. And the archers are out. And Sora Kuma gets the 3-0. Game 1, m0re had it, dude. m0re was so close. I see him in chat now. He says, thanks for casting, bro. m0re, you played so good, dude. I'm excited to see you in silver. You definitely deserve to be in silver. You're going to be very good there. Yeah, game 1, just a couple minor things. It was a crazy comeback from Sora Kuma. And then game 2, there was just minor things as well. And then, of course, game 3, I think he just didn't really have the belief. And m0re says, I'm still playing nervous in tournaments. Not my best level. Will recover and win silver. Well, that's what you've got to work through, and everyone's got to work through at this level, m0re. So that's just how it goes, dude. You played insane. You played really good. But Sora Kuma has more experience. Sora Kuma moves on to essentially what's the final of the group. We'll pull up the bracket here. But if Sora Kuma will be seen as the favorite in whatever series that is. So it could be considered closer than this. To me, Sora Kuma looked vulnerable at times, but he just doesn't stop adapting to this situation. It's so freaking good, man. So well played. Apparently slower than m0re as well. But yeah, GG.